Hello and welcome. You know the amazing feeling when you discover a new band. Well, it can still happen, even new wave and dark wave bands, and this is what happened to me when, during the pandemic, luckily for me, I discovered Nation of Language. And wow, I thought, wait a minute, am I 13? These people are invoking so many beautiful sounds from new wave and I'd say even dark wave music. We've got melody mixed with melancholy. We have amazing layers of synth. We've got melodic bass, and we have baritone, anguished vocals. What more could we want? I'm going to play you a sample, and then this video is going to be about comparing a little bit Nation of Language with Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Why would I do that? Because Ian Devaney, founder of Nation of Language, used to listen to them apparently with his parents, especially the song Electricity, and this is what inspired his sound in the beginning. I'm Erin, this is Newish Wave. Thank you for being here to talk about new wave and dark wave music, not only from then, but in this video from now, where I was so excited to discover through Soma FM, Indie Pop Rocks, thank you Elise Nording, that's how I came upon Nation of Language over the years of early COVID. Their first album, Introduction Presence, came out in 2020, followed up right away in 21 by A Way Forward, and these are both wonderful albums, lots of new wave and dark wave themes. Today we're going to focus on their song Rush and Fever. I'm going to play a riff, one of their synth lines from that piece, and I'm also going to play a little bit from Electricity from OMD, and we'll be able to compare. In my mind, my favorite thing that they have in common is they're melodic and melancholic together. They're bringing up complex questions. They're conversing with the vocals. They're questioning things, but they're also bringing movement and beauty. So in case you haven't heard Nation of Language, before we get into these synth lines and comparisons, I want to share a quick excerpt of the line that I'll be playing. At the end of it, you'll hear the vocals come back in, and you'll see he is able to channel that rich sound that we got from OMD and other artists back then. I even thought of Aha, although I often hear that Human League was another big influence on them. Okay, so we're going to be hearing a synth line as played by Aidan Knoll, beautiful synth work, and then we'll hop over to the synth here and check it out. Okay, take a listen. Don't you love? I remember when you could find the time playing, conversing with what we've got coming forward from Aidan, and we've got this kind of anguish and confusion moving forward, right? It almost reminds me a little bit of like Tesla Girls, Now and Then They'll Speak to Me. So we're also getting some of the more lyrical themes, as well as the melodic and harmonic ones. All right, let's go check out a riff from Electricity. We'll check in about it briefly, then we'll bring in Rush and Fever's riff and do a little comparing. Okay, just a little bit from Electricity there, right? That was key of A minor, at least by my analysis. And here are the notes in case you wanted to try playing it. I'm not the tidiest person, but I think they are accurate to a degree. All right, moving over to look at Rush and Fever. Talking about key of G right now, we're gonna see the main chords G, C, E minor, C. It's actually some similarity in structure between these two riffs as well. But listen, what I love about both of them is that the tiniest changes repeating one note but mixing one step note different in there is really enough to add complexity and emotion. So let's check out that second piece, and then we'll meet back here to wrap it up with a couple more pieces of information about Nation of Language. All right, and there was that example from Russian Fever. Now, I really love it when a synth line can act as a melodic piece and a harmonic piece at once. We're supporting the vocals, but also having a conversation with them. And I love the way that Aiden is able to do that with her synth lines. Okay, I just want to share in closing my favorite songs in case you want to check them out. I very first fell in love with Tournament, which is the opening song to Introduction Presents. I'll be back with another video soon theorizing as to whether that first track of that first album and the last track of the album right after kind of create a really neat framework about concepts of lost dreams or things that we're hoping for and pursuing. Other two favorite songs, of course, Russian Fever that we just talked about. And if you want to check out their second album, A Way Forward, wonderful album. My favorite piece is This Fractured Mind. You'll hear a lot of melancholic wandering. They also have party hits, dance hits, lots of fun tracks. But, you know, I love a melodic, melancholic piece, and that's why I would even consider Nation of Language to be invoking dark wave themes as well as new wave. All right, check them out if you haven't heard them. If you have, let me know what artists they remind you of and what you think, you know, they're working on. What kind of sound are they getting out there? We're so lucky to have these younger bands bringing forward these beautiful sounds once again. Thanks for watching. I'm Erin. This is Newish Wave. I'll see you soon.